Hey guys. So I wanted to update you guys all on what I've been doing with my journaling practice and all of that, and kind of the journey that it's been going through since I started this one at the beginning of the year. Last year I did do a kind of tarot bullet journal before, which I know I did a walkthrough of that journal last fall, shortly before I broke my arm, so I will link that down below. The last bit of the year, right after or right before Samhain and into December, I had to stop because I broke my dominant arm and I couldn't. So the last bit of that journal really didn't get finished out to the way that I would have preferred, but as soon as my arm started to heal, I picked this back up again at the beginning of the year. And I just kind of want to walk you guys through what I've done and the sort of journey that I've been on this year with doing this journaling. And then I want to share another journaling project I've been working on. So I started this in the beginning of the year. I haven't finished this right here, but this is the cover page I made essentially. I started this off in the beginning of the year really going strong. And this was just kind of a fun little inspirational page I did. And then we go into the Wheel of the Year for 2020 and the moons of 2020. And then this is my year ahead spread with a quote from a Kate Daisy planner that I have been recycling. And then this is 2020 for Aquarius. And this is my card of the year. This is the Wheel of Fortune. And then we go into January. So this was kind of my like month dashboard for January, where I just have the moon calendar and then my monthly cards, my tarot and oracle. And then I was really playing around with watercolor in the beginning. Also, you guys might hear some thunder or rain. We're having a thunderstorm right now, which I'm sure you're cool with Thor making a appearance in my videos. So I kind of did this really cool like ethereal watercolor tree, I guess is kind of what it is. I don't know. I was just playing around. And then I did this one, which was really fun. And then this was the full moon in Cancer spread that I did. And then the next week of January, and my birthday spread. I'm a January baby. I'm an Aquarius. So I did my birthday spread, which is really fun. And then an Aquarius. So that finished out January. I was going to do a whole page on my January's reflections to my monthly cards and kind of how I felt that that played out, but I didn't quite get to that. So this is where my journal starts to get kind of incomplete. And as you go into February, you'll see I didn't even write my monthly cards in the sense of like wrote about them. I did complete the weeks through February, but I kind of see there was supposed to be the new moon in Leo. And I do still think that I'm going to go back in and complete some of the parts in here that were blank because I have all of those readings written down in another journal. But yeah, I completely just dropped off with this practice and I wasn't quite sure why. And then March happened. Coincidentally, my card for March was the Tower. And so it was just interesting because when I drew the Tower for my year ahead spread, I looked at March and I was thinking, dear God, what's going to happen then? But it was clearly because of everything that happened in the world. I mean, this is when COVID-19 became it had a very big stronghold in our lives, and um, planning and feeling inspired, I just completely fell off. And so my next few pages here are just the dashboard for each of the months, which I slowly did. And as you can see, I I didn't really do much because I ended up going through such a slump with COVID-19 and everything going on. And but I did want to keep the practice of recording my monthly cards and going back and writing about them and the experiences that I had with them and how they applied to my months, the months. But yeah, so this month I finally got inspired to get back into this again. And part of that was that I started to realize that I needed to reapproach my daily tarot practice and I needed to reapproach this. So I have another planner that I use for all of my other stuff, essentially. Everything that is either mundane or self-development, that's all in another planner. But I didn't have much space for my spiritual stuff, and I realized I wanted to pick up bullet journaling in this creative sense again. So I decided to start making this into not just a tarot planner, but a spiritual planner. So this page, pretty familiar, but then I decided to start putting in the moons of the month and write about what sign they're in and um, the nickname for each full moon of the month and kind of what that means and everything that's going on in the sky to kind of include astrology into my practice and also keep me engaged and hold me accountable and have some magical planning. So this is the full moon in Aquarius that just happened not that long ago for this month. And then this is my kind of take on a page that is originally created by a wonderful creator. I cannot for the life of me remember her name, but her website is blessingandmanifesting.com. She does a lot of self-development planners and magical planners and things like that. So she essentially created this template for monthly magic. I just took it and kind of tweaked it to what I needed. And you guys might notice this because I did use this previously before when I was using a different bullet journal last year. But yeah, so I decided to just tweak it a little bit more this month and play around with it a little bit more. I gave myself more room onto 2 pages, whereas before I used to just put it on 1 page. And so I have the moons once again listed here, so I have another reference as to where they are. This is an intention, where whatever I want to focus my intentions on for the month. Spiritual goals are here, and then divination down here, anything that I plan on doing divination, because that's a very large part of my practice. And then this is going to be a daily practice log and just basically a kind of brain dump for daily practice, anything involving it, jotting down ideas to kind of shake things up and things like that. So now we're going to go into the first week of August, and this is where I decided to really change up my daily tarot practice. And so far as it stands right now, it's working really well. I was noticing that drawing one card a day was actually, one, feeling very stagnant for me, and two, I was really missing more practice with watching how the cards talk and engage with each other and creating a narrative in my readings, because more often than not, I'm usually just drawing a card a day and very rarely going for several card readings. And I was noticing that was just really hindering my tarot practice. So I actually decided to look into how to shake things up. And I posted on Lisa from Supportive Tarot here on YouTube. I posted on our Facebook group and I got a lot of wonderful insight from many, many people on there. But someone had suggested Lisa's energy, obstacle, and advice spread, and I decided to try it out for a week, and it worked fantastic. So each day I draw 3 cards plus an oracle, and my readings have a lot more clarity. And so I've actually just been really writing down all of that in here, and I feel a lot more confident. So that really, really helped me a lot, and I am very grateful for that. So hopefully we'll see how far I go with it, if I decide to shake things up and maybe do different questions each day, or who knows. But so far, I'm really liking this approach. So this is this last week. I just need to finish out the days here, and then This is the other thing I have actually taken up is I've started doing much like inspired from Dawn Michelle at Boho Tarot. You guys are all inspiring me. She does a self-care Sunday thing, and she actually posts prompts for readings on her Instagram account each Sunday. I don't always follow those. Sometimes I do. What I've actually been doing lately is I have been drawing the four cards. So the energy advice, or energy obstacle advice, and then the oracle card. But I've also been taking, oh, should have grabbed it. Thankfully, it is within reach. I have recently, oh, wrong deck. This is why we end, and I don't know blanking. Where are you? This was gonna work out so well. Like, what? Nope, let's get wrong deck. I'm smooth, and I'm gonna grab this, and it's gonna work out super well. And now I've lost it in the bag, and I don't know where. Excuse me while I dig around for a minute, guys. All right, I need my eyes. I can't see. Oh, that's because the deck I'm looking for is not in here. That would have helped. Oh, look, it's right here. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully I made you all laugh. I recently traded last month I traded a tarot deck I just was not using, and I ended up getting this deck. And I actually had this on pre-order for a while, and then we just were tight money wise, and so I had to just put it off. Then I just ended up getting it, and then I'm trading for it. So I've been drawing 3 cards from this deck each Sunday as kind of a suggestion for the week of what I could potentially do for self-care and self-care activities and anything to just kind of anything involving that. But I really love this deck, and I will talk more about it in my July favorites, which I'm hoping to pop up pretty soon here. I'm a little late on that, guys, but that's something that's still kind of new to my channel, so bear with me. Anyway, um, so yeah, that's what I've been doing every Sunday. And then this is next week, since I was really kind of going at it um, with creativity and I was really inspired. I just felt like I would get next week kind of done ahead of time, which I might do that. I might do several spreads at a time if I'm feeling inspired just so I don't slump off. But yeah, I am really enjoying this, and then I've kind of labeled the next few that I'm going to do, and I'm going to finish out this journal, and I'm going to kind of keep going. So this has essentially now become my, not just my tarot bullet journal, but also my magical one that has anything to do with my practice, and I'm really, really happy with it, and I'm hoping that this is kind of what I needed, and we'll see. I'm gonna finish that out. When I start a new one, I'll let you guys know. But on to the next project that I've also taken up recently is at the beginning of last year, I got the Tarot Tracker Journal, and I did actually go all the way through and complete it, but then I had this big, beautiful book, and I just wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with it. So I thought, all right, I know eventually I'm probably going to make a project out of this. And I decided to finally go for it. Lately, I have been really drawn to divine feminine energy, and I'm not really sure what that's about, but I felt the need to explore it. And suddenly I got inspired to make a journal for goddess energy and divine feminine energy. So I gutted my tarot tracker and I followed Don Michelle's tutorial on how to, this is a work in progress, on how to essentially cover it with fabric, which I used fabric that I just had laying around and ribbon I just had laying around, scrapbook paper. And yeah, this is the cover. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out, especially for doing this the first time. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to go about binding the book. I actually think I might just go with elastic so I can insert in and out and have that freedom. But as far as I've gotten, I have just started to make some mock inserts. These are 3 of them I've made so far. I have never done anything like this before, making a junk journal essentially. And my intention behind this is to, I'm hoping to create 4 inserts, but my intention behind this is to have a space in the journal, probably 1 insert each dedicated to the 2 goddesses that I work with mainly, which Freya is essentially my matron deity, and then I also work with Frigg. So I wanted to have a place for them that was essentially images, a little bit of their story, devotions, prayers, experiences, meditation notes, all of that stuff that I could just kind of pour in a creative sense to have a space to do all of that and bring my creativity into it to help me kind of connect with the divine feminine energy in the way that I think works for me, in the way that I express myself. And then I wanted to do a couple other signatures, I think, in here. I'm not done with these yet, but to kind of really more the space for empowerment or divine, working with divine feminine in general, or kind of that. I'm still going, I'm still figuring it out as I go along, but this is as far as I've gotten. So I've kind of started to make a few inserts here. I'm not complete on these yet because I have some more paper and stuff coming tomorrow in the mail that I'm gonna tinker with. But yeah, this is as far as I've gotten. And I have to figure out how to make the elastic um, to put the signatures in, much like you would in a traveler's notebook. But I'm really, really excited about this, and I actually am very proud of how this turned out because this was the first time I'd ever done this. So we'll see how this turns out. As soon as I get further with it, I will definitely share more with you guys. But this is, like I said, this is going to be kind of like my goddess junk art journal, devotion journal, um, in a sense to connect me with divine feminine and my goddesses. So that's all I had for you guys tonight. I hope you love my ramble on the projects that I've been working on and hopefully they inspired you. I will be sure to link the channels mentioned down below and the website I also mentioned. So please go give them a check out, look out. I don't know words. Also, sorry for my my snafu with trying to find my deck there, but yeah. I sometimes am just not prepared. But yes, as always, thank you for watching and I'll be